Hello everybody, what's up? It is TooMuchSlop. Today is June. It's Tuesday, May 27th. And yeah, I don't know. I've been feeling quite very odd recently. I mean, I was very excited for a while to be having this exciting new endeavor that I'm pursuing, but I don't know. I think I'm a very doubtful worrier type of warrior. That is the difference between worrier and warrior. That is a big difference. Worrier and warrior. I feel like you can't even, it's like you have to really enunciate in order to get that right. Worrier or warrior. Huge difference, but sadly, I'm not the latter, right? I am the prior. So, I recently decided to purchase a new phone. I don't really know if it was something I guess I really did want to do, but I was hesitant because it's obviously something that's not really necessary, but I always have urges to do that. I always want to have like the latest, fastest technology. It's really like an obsessive thing. Like it will linger in my brain until it's done. Okay. It's not normal. It's it'll just be there until I buy it. It'll just always be in my brain, living rent free. Well, I guess you could say it's not living rent free, because when what it causes some expenses. Trust me, anything, I'm paying it rent, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I think I have somewhat of a reason to do it now, right? Because it's like, well, I've been wanting this phone for a while. I was originally going to wait, but I mean, I'm patient with some things, but sometimes I just like I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't know. I need to like just get it out of my system. Like I'm either like very stern and disciplined, or I go through seasons of just totally off the walls indulgence, and it's not. Anyways, now I think the deciding factor for me saying like, yes, this is something like I should do, this is something I actually can do and it's okay, is the fact that I'm making this content now. And obviously, I mean, we would hope, because this is the 14 plus, that by the time we're to the 16 Pro, that the microphones are superior. I'm not sure. I mean, I know people might say something like, oh, well, that's something you should have looked up in advance. What are you doing? But that wasn't really the deciding, like, factor. You know what I mean? It wasn't. So I'm okay with, like, even if they're not better, but I'd really have to assume they are. Because you're comparing, like, the budget 14 to the higher end 16. Right? I feel like over the course of that time, there should have been some noticeable improvement in microphone. But I don't really know, because I feel like mics are kind of, like, I already think this one sounds pretty good, honestly, when I put the filter over it to cut out the bass sounds from the car. So I'm not really sure. I mean, the other thing I'm thinking is the mic, even if the literal, like, vocal quality isn't better. Maybe it's better at rejecting the like background noises and stuff. You know, there's more to a mic than just like, oh, just point blank quality, you know? So yeah, there's that. But obviously I think the main thing is the storage. So I got the 1 terabyte model, and that will obviously be so much better than dealing with my current 128 gigabyte storage. Like, it's going to be a lot easier. Now, is it necessitative? No. You know, it's not like I really needed that. Technically, you could make the argument, you know, I really don't need to get a new phone, and I could just continue with the 128 and all would be well. All would be, you know, completely doable. But I don't know. It just, I mean, I guess it felt like the right thing to do. It felt like, you know, to get like basically the best I could get, you know, for microphone and for the video. I mean, I didn't say much about the video. I mean, the video obviously would be better, definitely. But I haven't really mentioned that because, I mean, I have the videos, but they're not, like, I'm obviously not posting them, but I still have them. So it's still kind of nice. It's definitely nice. It's something that, again, I think it makes sense. I think the storage is really the main thing. The storage is going to make it so it's so much easier to make content and all that. And I think that was really what pushed it over the edge, because I've been thinking about this for a long time, but once now I'm interested in the content creation, then yeah, it just kind of made sense to me. Like, I should just do it. I'm not in a position where I'm that financially strapped to where I can't. It's unwise. It's not wise, but it's not like anything is really that crazy about it. That's kind of what I'm saying, where I'm at. So I think it made sense, because if I'm taking this seriously, there's not really a huge reason why I shouldn't. And then it's also quelling my, you know, just my desires of wanting to have the latest thing and have it work faster and stuff like that. So I think it made sense, but this is the whole point now that we're finally getting to. It's like, as usual with this kind of stuff, I start to kind of feel a little bit concerned, right? When I was talking about the Worrier versus Worrier, I think it's is it an accent thing? Because you can say Worrier or Warrior. Yo, but that's the same thing. What? Because if you say worry, warrior, it sounds like warrior. And so you'd have to say worry, worrier. But that still sounds like the same thing. That's like so funny to me. I don't think I ever thought about that before, that worrier and warrior were like such opposing kind of things, and they sound the same. So the whole point is, I mean, I was really excited about all this stuff, but now like the doubts start to come in. Oh, like I don't know, like I'm starting to kind of, especially this morning, like waking up, like I don't know if I'm going to be able to just keep doing it. Now, I mean, as I said before, it's kind of like, I mean, it gets to a point, but I get in my car and there's nothing like better for me to do. So it's kind of one of those things. I mean, even if I'm not going out of my way to do it. But the thing is, like, I also bought, you know, that microphone stand to get my mic being able to be used again, and I was really excited about that, but I haven't actually recorded anything besides the one video that's was uploaded on the 25th. That's the only thing I've recorded. you know, and it kind of gets like that with me with stuff. Like I do all this stuff in preparation for things, and then when it comes time for me to actually do it, it's just like not, I just don't do it. I don't know, like it's always about, I always get stuck in that loop of just like preparing or anticipating, but like actually getting to the thing. It reminds me of, I mean, it wasn't so much of an issue when I had this laptop for like a super long time and it was super terrible. And when I wanted to get into producing music, I was going to get a desktop, and it was my first desktop that I built. And I got it. And when I got it, I mean, obviously beforehand I thought, wow, like I'm going to make so much music now that I have this like better desktop, and it's going to be faster and all that. So yeah, and I think I did with that case. But then I think that's because I was still in my like comfort zone kind of. I wasn't really pushing it. But then fast forward to you know, this guy starts pushing me to make videos because he's telling me how like that's really what distinguishes you as an artist. Like it's not about the music, it's really about, you know, how are you able to present yourself? Like, are you really able to put yourself out there and have some kind of, you know, distinct music video to go along with the art, you know, in addition to all the other stuff. And I agree with them. Like, I'm not dissing this guy. And so I felt that push, and I was going to get a new computer. And I ended up doing it. Like, I bought the new computer, and I was happy because I was going to be able to, you know, it was a good amount better than my previous computer. So I was going to be able to do more with it, right? I was going to be able to do a lot of the video stuff or whatever. And again, it was one of the reasons that justified the purchase of the computer, but I didn't end up actually utilizing it. It just kind of, I don't know. It just didn't get used, you know, like I just didn't end up really doing anything. And I guess I'm a little bit concerned about now that it's the same thing. Like in my head, I have all these ideas and it's all flying around, and then I want to purchase all this equipment, but then by the time the equipment gets here and like time has passed, I might just not really have it in me now to follow through with the ideas, and then it's just kind of. But I do think this moment is different because I feel like it's different. Now before, with a lot of these other things, they were always, because I'd also get burnout. Like when I first started TooMuchSlop, I was going to really aggressively promote the channel, and I did. I got it up to 200 subscribers in 2 weeks. That was the metric 200 in 2 weeks. And I think that's pretty impressive because that was not the algorithm at all. I got it to 220 just from brute force, like just brute forcing it. Like going out there, going into games, going into social places online and just pushing myself out there, pushing my music. That's what I did, 200 in 2 weeks. So I guess we can imagine, like, if I had just maintained that trajectory, what would have happened. But I just was not feeling it. I got afflicted very badly with like a case of, I don't even know, like severe anxiety and emotional hurt. I felt very defeated. It's kind of like, because people always told me I'd be good at sales, and I think I am, don't get me wrong, but it's very emotionally hard for me to get over it. You know, like the idea of, because I'm equating it to that's really what it was, right? Like as if I was a door-to-door salesman, but for the channel. And it's very, the way I am in terms of my emotions and how it is dealing with people, it's just very hurtful. Especially because, like, I know, like, me as a person, if somebody was, like, doing that with me, I would kind of go with it. You know, like, I wouldn't just, like, thumbs them down and get all mean and nasty. And a lot of people do. A lot of people just really don't care and don't really want to have fun or entertain. You know, they just think I'm just a self-promoter and all this stuff. And, like, a lot of people have certain... Now, granted, I obviously was able to be way more successful than, like, anybody, right? I don't really think that many people can just, like, brute force 200 subs through self-promo. I don't really think that... I don't know, especially in 2 weeks... I just don't think that happens. I've never really heard of that. So it is a skill I have that I really should be utilizing. But what I was getting to is, yeah, I mean, it was just kind of hurtful. And that was, again, the period of time where I kind of just wanted to focus more on private social. And sorry, this, like, giant truck is tailgating me, so we always like to see that. I don't and yeah, that was during, like, the dark time. Like, I just was hurt. I don't know. I don't think it was just people online. I think it was also in my real life. There could have been stuff going on, you know, with my family and my mom. I think I remember, like, a moment where she was kind of being a little mean to me, and it kind of was hitting and hurting. Just the timing was bad. But yeah, it ended up sparking this where I just, like, completely gave up. Like, no more self-promo, no more any of that. And I don't really know why. Because it's not like I had anything better to do. But I think it was just, again, like, I just kind of broke down. It was a little bit crazy, you know? I couldn't handle it anymore. Sad stuff, right? Because, I mean, I think in the bigger picture, you have to see how it was all part of the plan. That wasn't really my time. And, well, I mean, I think now is my time, but I don't think it will be until later, but it could be now. Now could be my time. I don't want to, like, put that out there as a limiting force or anything, but yeah, so we've been here before. We've been at this point where we get very excited, we make a lot of purchases, and then just give up. But what I'm saying is different about this time is that I want to take things easy. Now, in the past, I always thought of it as something I really had to push. I had to push to get where I want to get to. And that's how it was. I mean, it was fun to self-promo, but it wasn't easy. It was not easy. It wasn't an easy thing to do. Even talking about this, it's kind of making me wonder if that's what I should do. You know, like, in the meantime, but I'm not sure. It's just because I didn't even consider it. But now that I'm, like, talking about it in this, like, maybe I should. So I just, like, heard something back there, and I was like, what is that? I don't know what it was. Yeah, I haven't even like considered it of using the. But maybe that's what I should do. I don't know. I'll have to think about it though. I do think I'm really being called more to just like focus on making content, but it's not like I really have much else better to do, so I will consider it. I will definitely consider it. But yeah. To finish my story, I don't really know. Well, I guess that is the culminating point. I guess the culminating point is just that I've been in a lot of situations where I've done this and it's like, oh, it's so exciting and all that, but then I just can't do it. And I kind of get overwhelmed and just don't do it. But again, I think the way we're doing things now is probably, it's at such a comfortable level for me, and it kind of just integrates into my life anyway. You know, given the fact that I'm working, I mean, I have to drive, so then I'm going to be in the car. We know I'm going to be in the car. And then, like, the only other thing I could do is listen to music. And there's probably going to be days where I choose that, but that is not as fun for me. Like, I do think it just so happens that recording and talking in the car is probably just it's just the most fun for me to do. So I don't really see how it's going to be like an issue. It could be. I'm not saying, like, because I am concerned. I am concerned about the longevity of this, and if I'm going to be able to just keep pushing it out. I am concerned about that. But at the same time, like, should I be? I don't know. Because it seems chill. Like, it doesn't seem like other things I've done are draining. A lot of things that are publicly social, you know, such as like going around hounding people to go to my channel and having to deal with the turmoil of approval or rejection. I mean, it's a lot of things that are very, very draining for me. And that's typically the only way I ever saw a YouTube channel, you know, because of how much I need and care about the numbers. That's just always how I saw it. But now we're trying to look at it in a different light. I'm trying to, what I think the mindset needs to be is I just need to do things that, like, for me. I think that's what I was actually thinking about as a potential topic for the video is, you know, a lot of people, I think most people are like that. I think most people just do things for themselves. And, you know, whether the numbers are there or the actual tangible value is present, I don't really think that is a concern for a lot of people. And so for me, I'm very different in the sense of, I think it's the truth too, by the way, but there's this overarching perspective of mine that art and things in general are just not worth anything without other people's care. And I think that is true. I still think that I'm correct in that, and I kind of think as an artist, it's debilitating because I have that truth and that awareness that there really is not a value in art if not for other people caring. But I need to kind of look beyond that, I think. I think it's time to keep that in mind, but to do things because I want to do them. You know, what kind of art do I want to post and how I want to post it, and just do what I want. I mean, we're not at a stage where I need to be thinking like that anyway. I think if I'm in the millions of, or even billions of subscribers, if we were in the trillions of subscribers, then I can start getting strategic. But I think for now we're just spitting and seeing what sticks. Right? It is not about like perfection or grind right now, or it shouldn't be. Right? I don't think it should be. So that's why I think I'm going to just try to take a different approach with this. Just take things easy and just post what I want, which this is absolutely what I want. And I don't know if it's going to get numbers, but it could. But I think we need to just roll. We need to just flow through it very, very nicely. That's what I think, at least. I'm not completely sure how this is going to go. But like I said, I don't really know what else would be more fun to do in my car rides to work. So I can't really see how, even if the amount goes down, like maybe I won't be doing 10 a week, but I just have a feeling like this is more of what because I think I'm losing focus a lot in terms of what I'm talking about. What I was actually talking about was how private social is not draining for me at all. I even think public social, like if I was speaking to a listening audience that was composed, not going out into like an unsafe environment. But what I mean by that is, like if I was in a situation where I have an audience and they're my fans or whatever, that's chill. Like that's so chill for me. But if I have to deal with like other people and it's very public, that's draining for me. It's not easy for me to face the world. I feel like I'm saying this and it's like, yeah, no duh. Like, I think everybody thinks like that. But no, I think the way I'm different is just to the degree that I am able to speak and just keep coming up with things to say and all this stuff. If I have a good audience or just in private, like in my car, I'm good. I could easily talk for a long time. I think I have some pretty good vocal performances. Now, I don't know, things are not polished yet, but I really have a feeling that if I do this for weeks, months, even years, I'm assuming my linguistic fidelity will improve, right? Like I almost think automatically, we know we're still dealing with the ums and the likes and the things like that, but I really do think that over time, I don't know how much of an issue it's going to be. I think that doing this as often as I'm doing it, I really feel that it's inevitable it will improve and I will get better. I don't think that I'm at the ceiling of what I'm capable of. Because it's only been, I guess it's a little tricky because my potential in terms of being able to talk in this way is pretty actualized, I think, just because of the nature of the way I usually am on the phone with people. And I've already kind of got used to recording on a mic, recording in general. Although, I actually don't know that I've recorded this much content ever. So I guess you could argue, I've talked on Discord, using a mic, and it's a similar type of communication. But what I have not done is I don't think I've ever recorded this much stuff and been talking this much on record. I think I've talked a lot to people, but it's just been on the phone. It hasn't been, actually recording or anything like that. So I guess this is new. But I do think my potential, it's not too low in terms of how much I've actualized. I think I'm already a fair bit along when it comes to this kind of stuff, just because it's what I've like dealt with. I've dealt with these kind of things a lot, and it's fairly comfortable to me. So I don't want to act like it's like, wow, like I'm really at the bottom. But at the same time, I think specifically with the car thing and the recording thing, there probably is more potential with that. I don't think these first episodes are going to be the best. Now, there's been some breakout hits, of course, already. There's been some hits. There's some episodes that are better than others and whatnot. But I really think the best is probably yet to come. Even if on average, maybe some of the earlier episodes kind of stick out more, and then this one might be a bit more mediocre. I think that there should be a pretty clear trend of improvement. That is my guess. I don't think it's a crazy guess. I think it's a very reasonable guess. I will be at work kind of soon. Yeah, we keep making like very good time. I think when I'm talking, again, like I drive faster than when I'm not. But I'm not that distracted. I think when someone's actually here in the car, I'm a little more distracted. But I'm not really that distracted. But I'm not as good at driving as if, I didn't have anything recording or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot to improve. I think we're really not at our peak yet at all. And I think that's kind of like the thing. I'm sure doing this is it's just gonna help. It's just gonna be good, and it's gonna be good for the future in terms of what I want to do and stuff like that. Gonna be very helpful. Kind of went on autopilot there. I don't know what I just said. I just kind of like blanked out. And yeah, a lot of times I'm on autopilot, guys. I'm not. You might think I'm the master linguist, but what? I don't. Is it linguist? No, it's probably linguist. Yeah. It's just weird because it's linguistic, but it wouldn't be linguisticist. It probably would be linguist. Yeah, I think I was right. You might see me as that, but I'm not choosing to. Like, sometimes I just talk just cause, like, I don't, even when, like, I'm not recording or anything, because it's just what I do. It's just, like, automatic. Like, you guys might think like I'm able to like think about what I'm saying, and not really. I don't know what's going on. Maybe somebody does. Maybe my soul or my brain knows what's going on, but I don't. But yeah, I guess that's time to call it a wrap, guys. Wasn't really feeling too great, but I actually, like, as usual, just getting on the mic always helps me somehow, right? Isn't that funny how that works? Like, it's healing for me to speak. I always have to remember that, even when I'm kind of feeling off about things. Like, yeah, like the views and things like that is not really what matters. This is healing for me, and that's why I'm doing it. And I mean, I'm hoping I can touch others too. I don't want to just be doing it. That makes it sound like completely selfish. It's not. I mean, I want to help people, or I want to give people company or whatever. But anyways, it has been a blast, but now it's time for the blast to be the past. Fly out!